Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to MF3 Showcase. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. A lot of you might not know, but I'm part of a podcast that reviews books and movies and different things like that. It is called Live from Saturn. You could look it up on YouTube. It's only audio, but what I do is I do all the thumbnails. So today we're going to be doing the thumbnail. So what our next show is going to be is on the Obi-Wan series. And if you look right behind me, there's my old Jedi companion on the bed doing his normal sleeping. But hey. So today's going to be a little bit different, and that's one of the reasons I called it MF3 Showcase, because in the end I could do different things, and you could see different things. So now you can actually go and look up the Live from Saturn, and originally the show was called Chapter 1. It is actually an offshoot. Originally it was an offshoot from Volume 1. My daughter MF3 Perine and Josh, they do a show on manga and anime called Volume 1. Definitely check it out. It's a pretty awesome podcast, and they do a lot of fun stuff. So we originally came off of that show, me and Cody, to start Chapter 1, which then eventually came to Live from Saturn. So it is me, Cody, and Drew, and we have a good time. It's just pretty fun. We talk about all sorts of different things, and it actually, they drop every Wednesday. So today, that's what we're going to be doing. So follow me along. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. So we're going to be doing, of course, it's Obi-Wan, the show. Now, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Always have been. Since I was a kid, used to draw it all the time and stuff like that. So I really enjoy drawing Star Wars and things of that nature. Oh, yeah. What's up, R2? Finally, I know we're drawing something Star Wars. It'll be a little bit different than, I'm not drawing like C-3PO or your buddy or anything, but it's still Star Wars. So you'll see, maybe, Jedi and stuff like that. Whoa, hey, there's me as a Jedi. I like that. So we're going to get kind of started here. All right, here we go. So there's 3 people on our podcast. Like I said, me, and I always usually draw me on this side. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with anything. I just do it on that side. So I'm going to draw us all as Jedi. So I'll draw Drew in the middle, Cody over here. This is all my characters. I always add fun stuff to it. So, this is my basic character drawing. And you see with these characters, I tend to be a little bit faster than most. Let's do something fun. How about I turn myself into Guido? That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? We'll go through the whole who shot first, right? That's the controversy for years. Who shot first? All right. Now I don't know if there's ever been this kind of alien Jedi, but, I won't do him Jedi. So then Drew, I'll draw as a Jedi. And then, because he has a beard, so it's a red beard, but arr. Anyway, and Cody, I will draw him. I'll draw him as a Padawan. Yes. So I'm the only one that's not going to be a Jedi, but I'm okay with that. And then I'm going to draw the little bug thing here. Now, like I said, this is all sketching, but you're gonna see with these drawings, I'm really fast. So no, I don't want to draw him surprised, because what he's so surprised about. So this team's pretty cool. I like doing a podcast with them. It's pretty fun. It's different. It's cool because they're different personalities, and that's what's cool about it. You know, Drew and Cody have done stand-up comedy, so they're they're a little bit professional on the comedic end. No, it's just a funny show. Everyone should definitely watch it. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I know you're thinking, you're going, man, this guy does a lot of stuff. And in all fairness, yes, I do. I have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of plates spinning at once. But if you notice, they're all kind of connected. So, and I'm doing things to further, other people's, success along with mine. I want to make sure that everyone, has as much fun and does all the, gets all the bennies, from doing it. So, I think that's a good thing. Okay. Now I have a beard, so I'm going to add a beard to this guy. And then I'm just going to make myself a nice little alien there. Oh, I should do myself as Bosk or something. No, I'm good. So I know that it's hard, I was talking to someone the other day, and they had never seen Star Wars. And that kind of blows me away, that there's people out there that have never seen Star Wars. And I don't know, you might be one of them, and I'll tell you, don't believe the hype. Don't believe in all the nonsense, because in the end, they're awesome movies. And whether you're a George Lucas person or not a George Lucas person, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you just remember that, just enjoy them. I think sometimes Star Wars fans, we get into this whole, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg stuff, and it's just really, to me, doesn't make any sense. Without George Lucas, we wouldn't have had Star Wars. Without Disney, I wouldn't be able to sit in front of a life-size replica of the Millennium Falcon. It's like, really, in the end, how can you argue with that? Huh, Yosh? Can you argue with that? I didn't think so. All right. So, now that I do that, now I go to my next one and start going. You're like, going, Frank? It looks like you're going already, but, I gotta... Oh. I want to make sure it's centered for y'all. Bam. How does that look? That looks pretty good to me. All right. I'll just move it up a tiny bit. So the show we do is we do everything from... We started with books, like a book review. That's how it all started. That we did book reviews. And so we listen to books on tape, or we read, but most of them are audiobooks. So, and we have some really good shows. We've read kind of a lot of books. So like I said, I highly recommend to listen to the show, because there's so many ones that we've done already on that show. And we have a bunch of people following us, and we have one of those things that you talk online and stuff, so everyone could actually be involved. It's a pretty good show. I like it. We record to have all of our shows out on Wednesdays, which is cool. And I don't know if these aliens ever had beards, but it's like I tell you guys all the time. When you're drawing something, it's up to you. You know, I'm not going to upset a Star Wars union out there. Well, I might, but anyway. So this is our good friend Drew. He is actually a teacher or a professor in the dark arts. No, I'm just kidding. At one of the local schools. So he's been with us a little bit. Most of the beginning shows that you're going to see aren't going to feature Drew because he joined a little bit later. But he's a great addition to what we do. I mean, I think it's great. He brings kind of gets us serious. Kind of helps us out to bring it back to reality. Because sometimes me and Cody go off the deep end on topics and things of that nature. So Drew tends to bring us back. And if you go on the show in the Discord, you can find out more about Drew. And I don't know if he's still doing comedy, or you guys can go and see him locally, I think. So, which would be kind of cool. Now this is Cody. Cody is he's a really I hate to pause because he's gonna go, why'd you pause? No, Cody he's a great guy. Has a lot of great ideas. He's the one that actually brought me into this, because originally I just did it to help out, and I got onto the podcast just to help out with his transition from Volume 1. So, I mean, I appreciate everything that he's allowed me to do on this platform with the Saturn part. I think he brings a lot to the table. Another stand-up comedian, and he is a huge gamer. Reads books, into quantum physics. Studies books about black holes and like I said, quantum physics. Evolutionary genius. I mean, in the end, if you want to know something that's in depth, he's the one to talk to. I've gotten into conversations with him where I gotta back away, because I don't even have the knowledge to even continue a conversation with him. But like I said, in the end, he's a great guy. Now, I don't know why I did him as a Padawan. I sometimes on these will pick one person to clown on. And I don't know, for some reason, it always seems to be Cody. But this time I did me, right? Guido, right? So this time it was me. I think they'll like that. They'll appreciate that. But definitely go listen to it. You could find it on YouTube under Live from Saturn. And you could actually there's a ton of them, because we've been doing it now for, I don't know, we've been doing it for a while. So there's a lot of data on there that you can watch. Now, these are my characters that I used to do a long time ago. When I'm doing cartoon characters or any likeness of somebody, like if someone wants me to do a caricature, this is what I'm doing. I just always have. I like the way it looks. I know, and like like always, you're looking at it going, you're looking at it going like, what? What is he doing? What am I doing, Yosh? Hi, Yosh? Nope. Not even a stir. I know a lot of people, it goes through that, where it's like, what is he drawing? But you'll see it'll all come out in the wash. It's funny, you think about that. It'll all come out in the wash. And it's so self-explanatory, that whole saying. Some sayings always trip me out, though. It's like, where did that saying come from? Sometimes I wonder. All right. I think we got everything completed to how I wanted. So now we will move on to the next phase. All right. So originally, like I said, we did this. We started the podcast, and we've done a lot of books so far, from Breeds to, which is a werewolf book and stuff like that. And it's really cool. And you could kind of see the progression. I mean, Cody, of course, is coming from another podcast, so he's experienced. But that was the first time I ever did anything like that. So it's pretty funny when you watch it, because you could see the progression of me being uncomfortable doing the Pee Wee Herman, because the first few were on video. So I was just totally, doing the Pee Wee Herman, There was a screen in front of me, and I'm like, Mr. Herman, calling Mr. Herman. But yeah, I did the Pee Wee Herman hardcore. But now I'm a little bit better, so I'm not as bad. So, but you never know. You might watch it and go, dude, yeah, you're bad, dude. I mean, I don't know. You might. But I hope not, because I think I'm pretty good. So now, if you're looking at this, now I'm dropping colors when sometimes I don't. But with this one, I'm interested in the speed that I have to do, so I'm going to drop in colors, and that's just the kind of the way the ball bounces. I don't know if the ball bounces, but you know what I mean. All right. And I know I haven't been on lately. A lot of personal stuff's been going on, but I hope you missed me. And after this one, I'm going to be probably doing another one on my Mama Spider books, which you guys will like. All right. And so, like I said, I would definitely go online, check out our stuff on this podcast, because I'm really proud of it. I'm happy on how we did it. I have fun doing the shows, and I'm sure that the guys do too. They're fun. We talk about, like I said, we get into the books, and then sometimes we do spoilers, so you'll be able to have, hear a little bit more about the book. Cody and them really get into like the author aspect of it, and a lot of different things like that. Me, I enjoy it. I don't get sometimes that in depth unless I really, really care about the story. Which I give every book that we review. I give every book due-lotted time. I don't even know if that's a word, due-lotted. It's a funny word. But I do give it all the time that I think it deserves. Because I think if someone's going to work hard at doing a book, that I'm going to try to pay attention as much as I can and give those people a little more time. Because sometimes I'll listen to a book and I'm like, okay, I got to listen to it again because did I really get what I wanted out of there? And sometimes I don't. And so I'll have to listen to it again. I don't know. Are you guys like that where you kind of give it a second chance? I don't know. I do. And then there's been books that I have not. I'll be honest, that I'm just like, okay, that once is enough. And the guys kind of mess with me on that one because they know sometimes how that happens, where it's like I can't do it. And there's only been really one book since we started all this that it's kind of like that. Most of the time, I'm giving it pretty good amount of time. So. And this one we were going over Obi-Wan, the story. So that's why you have, of course, our Jedi motif. And we went over Bullet Train, and that's going to be a movie coming out. So definitely go listen to that because it's pretty funny that we just did a Bullet Train show, and they're going to be coming out with the movie with Brad Pitt. Now, that's one of those movies that I think they're just going to totally ruin it, but I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. Has Brad Pitt ever made a flop, maybe? I don't know if he has. And pretty soon I think I want to do a couple lives once I get my Patreon going and really you guys can, because it'd be so nice to actually have people interjecting and me talking to. That would be pretty cool. Now it's just kind of me flying by the seat of my pants. But I think I'm okay. I'm getting better at, doing my thing. Oh, no. And there's another person that I've been dealing with for a little bit, and he's out of New York, and he has his own podcast, and they kind of talk about different things, and that's always really cool. Similar to us, that they just look at. He just refers to different things on air. So, and he's out of New York. So, and let me see if I can look it up for you. And a new electric bike? What? All right, hang on. All right. His podcast is called Play Myself, the Play Myself Show. Definitely watch it. It's really cool. It is, like I said, more of a just kind of them, talking about different things, and it's really good. So if you are looking for podcast to listen to, well, now you got two. So you could be at work going, man, if I only had something to listen to that had to do with like book reviews, and Obi-Wan's not a book review, but you know what I mean. So we go over different things of that nature. So now it's funny, there's so much debate right now Well, it's been going on for a while with, Star Wars and the canon and what's coming out, what's new, and if they ruin the movies. And there's a lot of people that think that they ruined the movies that Disney did. And that, I mean, it's valid. I get it. I mean, I get it. You could look at it and go, yeah, they should have done it this way or they should have done it that way. But, when in the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I look at it and I think to myself, if we never had Disney involved, ever, right, then we wouldn't have any Star Wars, because George was kind of done. He told his story. It was complete, and that was it. And, when Disney came about, people were like, oh, Disney's going to ruin it. But in the end, whether you think the films suck or not, I mean, we actually have now movies and things that we can watch and we can, not stand behind, but you kind of get me. So for me, I'm okay. And I don't know, some of the things that George Lucas might have had in the backup reserve, man, maybe we wouldn't have liked. I mean, everyone's heard of the rumor of Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord, and you watch some of the videos on it, and you're like, dude, I could totally see that. I mean, I could totally see it, and I could see, that wouldn't have been good. That wouldn't have been good. Maybe clumsy. No. But like I said, whether you think it took a wrong direction or not, I mean, at least we're getting content, right? That's how I look at it. At least we're getting content. And it's funny, if you watch the Clone Wars, it makes a lot of sense out of a lot of the holes in the movie, which, believe it or not, some of you might disagree, but you might even like the end movie better because it's kind of explained. So it kind of makes sense if it can. But it's actually pretty good. It's funny, Obi-Wan Kenobi was really good. There were some problems that people had with it, but I didn't. I enjoyed it. I mean, the spoiler, if you haven't seen it, I mean, when he fights Darth Vader, is just ridiculous. It's just, I don't know, kind of what we wanted all the way when we were kids, At least I did. And I'm sure everyone else did too. I think it was great. Now, a lot of people had problems with how Obi-Wan acted, but I think they did a great job. I really do. This is a guy that, I mean, you have the whole loss of the whole Jedis kind of on your shoulders, That's a tough gig to carry, right? I mean, I think that's a tough thing to deal with. I'm talking like it's real. Like I got Obi-Wan right back there. I got more Yoda laying on the bed than anything else. Mr. Sleeper over there. But you guys definitely go and check out the podcast. You guys will really like it. At least I hope you will. I mean, I like it. And there's so many books that if you listen, there's lots of people that have actually gone on and listened to books just because of our preview, because we're pretty honest about it. We kind of play it how it really is. We don't too much go off the beaten track and just try to say a book's good just because it's good. And we've already gone over, like I said, so many books that I think were great, that maybe you guys will too. I mean, I hope you do. So, and the only reason I thought about doing this live, I mean, doing a MF3 showcase on the podcast stuff that I do, is because I've done a lot. If you all the thumbnails, including the logo that you saw, that's all me. So you could see more of my art and a different type, you know, because I mean everyone kind of knows me for the Boneyard, and you know you get to see a different, not side, but a different style. Style, I like that. And then because I have so many different styles, I oh wait, what the um there we go. Yeah, I have so many different styles of art that I do over the years, from like cartoon stuff like this. I've never done any real, like, realistic stuff. I've done fantasy stuff. That's you would say that's kind of realistic, but not anything too crazy. And sometimes I use stuff like this for my. See how it didn't fill all the way? Sometimes I go over it, but sometimes I like the way it comes out, so I leave it alone. All right, so let's get Drew's beard. He kind of looks like Santa Claus. His beard isn't that pronounced because you won't see the video. Take that back. There's one video with all of us, and eventually we'll get there again. Eventually we'll all be doing it. You know, sometimes I call him Dexter. He reminds me of Dexter. Dexter's Laboratory, and he is a professor. That's which makes it funny. Okay. And all right, now let's do some shading. See, and for the thumbnails and stuff, you know, I don't go like all detailed like I do lots of times with the Boneyard. You know, just because I think, I mean, I want to do them fast, get them done, you know. They're kind of a fast thing. All right. And I hope you guys might have liked Obi-Wan. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I mean, I just like the way that I like the way that they handled everything. I do. Just me. Like I said, some people might not have, but I do. I mean, it was better in my opinion than whatchamacallit, than Boba Fett. I mean, I didn't enjoy that show at all. I mean, seeing, don't get me wrong, seeing Boba Fett was badass. I mean, it really was. Oops, sorry, it was bad. That was cool. But just the way they did it, man, I don't know. You know, okay. All right, here we go. Let me get rid of this. Perfect, okay. And all right. So, like I said, you could look it up. It should be under. It should be under Live from Saturn. If not, some of the older ones you could look up. They're under. Volume 1, and I mean under Chapter 1, which was a derivative of Volume 1, and definitely you could watch that. That's always good. But definitely watch and enjoy. All right. And so, if you're interested in like vampire books and all that stuff, that's what we first started with, was vampire and zombie books. Definitely, you'll like it because we just kind of got hung up a little bit in the first ones with zombies and stuff. I'm a big, huge zombie fan, and even non-zombie stuff like 28 Days Later. A lot of people think 28 Days Later is a zombie movie, when nah, not actually, because the people are infected. It's not a zombie, but it did give a lot of people gave a lot of people the inspiration, where that's where you come up with a lot of zombie ideas and things of that nature come from the different movies. So you have a movie like that, and where people like, then that started the fast zombie, even though the fast zombie was actually Return of the Living Dead, which was a comedy. And that's where the fast zombie comes from, the zombie. Anyway, that's where it comes from. So I like drawing zombies too. Maybe we'll draw zombies sometime. Okay, but that's another time. Okay, so let's move into this. All right, let's move into this first. And like I said, in the end, you can do whatever you want. Remember that. Okay? You can do whatever you want. I mean, unless you have to do it where it's like specific, where people are like, yeah, I want it to look exactly like it. Like, let's say you're getting paid for it or something. Well, that's different. Then that makes sense if you have to do that. And hopefully some of you guys have been to the Star Wars land in Disneyland. That is just utterly ridiculous. That is like really, really cool to go see. I know people, this is all around the world and all around the country, so probably some of you are going, no, I haven't been. And I get it. But think about it. One day you'll get there. Or if not, watch some videos. They have some pretty cool videos on it, and the different I don't know, is that called a walkthrough? But anyway, they have different things like that you can watch, and that's pretty cool. But I would highly recommend, if you're ever in California, or if you live in California and haven't been yet, definitely go. It's awesome, pretty cool. I'm a big Disney fan, always have been. Um, I used to go like pretty much every year before California Adventure was even made. I was going, so it was cool. Like, I don't even know a lot about it, a lot about that whole who shot first, the monkey or the egg or whatever. I never really knew exactly what that whole thing was about. I'm sure there's Star Wars fans that can just, take me to school. That's kind of my MO, huh? I do things, and there's a lot of people that know more than I do. But I think if you know more than somebody, that's, you could always learn. You could always learn and do your own thing and learn. He has one of those whatchamacallits, those X-wing fighter suits. What's cool to me is I like the fact that there's so many people out there that just have so much knowledge on this world. If I was George Lucas, that would just fascinate me. I would just love that. I would love that people would like my stuff that much. I hope eventually with my Boneyard stuff, I could be there where it's like, you know, it's cool. Just people actually know my stuff and love it. See, it's all coming together, right? All coming together. Hopefully it's looking pretty good. I like it already. All right, hope you guys are enjoying it. What's cool about it is I didn't want to do time lapse stuff, and I'm sure I'll eventually do it. Um, just because, you know, I'm pretty fast, so I didn't worry about, you know, being like 2 hours long. Hopefully this one's not going to be, and then I'll have to take my words back. But you know, I wanted you to see it in real action, kind of like alive but not alive. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to put Obi-Wan on the top. So let's do that. And then I think we are done. All right. So hopefully you guys are liking it so far. I'm just going to be looking up the show and stuff. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I need like go, what? You can't spell Obi-Wan? All right. All right, let's do this. Juan. All right. All right, so I'm figuring out which lettering to do, right? So I want to, do the closest to not getting sued. No, I'm just kidding. The closest to it that I can do. Because I want to get it close enough. Okay. I don't know if we could just do Obi-Wan. No, we have to do Kenobi. It's cool on the show how they have the eye as the lightsaber. That's pretty cool, I think. And let's do red. Okay. All right. Now, when you're doing lettering and of such proportion, not such proportion, but you know what I mean. When you're doing this, I want it to be big enough for people to see it from a distance. So when you're looking at it, you can actually see it from a little bit distance away and go, oh, I know what that is. And I think that's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a background of white. And we'll see how that comes out. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. I think we are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this. We had a good time doing it. Definitely, like I said, go listen to the show. You guys will like it. And have fun with it. Me, Cody, and Drew would appreciate it. Listen to it if you listen to books. Let's see how Yoshi's doing. Out like a light. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. I hope you enjoyed it. And take a look at the other thumbnails. They're pretty funny. All right. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good night.